And we go from that to a consideration about Amanda Nunes. She is, in my judgment, the best female fighter of all time. You go through her resume. She beat Cris Cyborg, Valentina Shevchenko twice, Ronda Rousey, Miesha Tate, Julia Budd. It just goes on and on and on. And one of her coaches and right-hand men joins us now on the hotline. He is one of the top guys at American Top Team in terms of their coaching. Former fighter himself, Conan Silveira, is here. Hi, Conan. How are you?
Hi, how you doing, guys? Oh, good. Very happy. I could be more happy than, with this big, incredible fight Saturday.
Let's talk about the win. It couldn't have gone much better, but did you think it was going to go like that, Conan?
Be extremely humble. I knew that we were leaving that night with the belt. We have the strategy we have. She was really well trained and being prepared for any situation. Then the fight goes. But what happened was then, Amanda is very extremely dangerous when she sees her open. And I think there was a big mistake from Cyborg trying to exchange with her. She's very precise. She has extremely heavy hands, and that's the way, the fight finished. Amanda knocking her out.
Can you give us a sense for folks who've never been in there with her, who don't even know her, but you do, you know her very well? How hard does she hit? Yes, she hits hard, but is there any way to help illustrate that point?
Okay, I'll answer the question and explain to you guys then. Number one, Amanda never trains. She doesn't have a girls training partners. She has only men's training partners. Secondly, it's not every single fighter that trains with her. Some of the guys don't like to train with her because she hits hard. So I think that was pretty much a good explanation. She hits like a man.
And the way in which she put down Ronda Rousey and Cyborg is certainly proof of that. But it's more than just her power, right? She has good accuracy, good finishing instincts. When you think about her as a striker, what are all the things in your mind that she really excels at?
Let me put it this way, I think that the best way for people to understand you got to compare a complete MMA fighter as a best actor. When you're acting and you try to just do one type of a character, just be the good guy. Being a good guy in any movie you do is not going to get you to an Oscar. She's an actor or actress, then she can play anything. Doesn't matter. So you see as acting and you see as a fight, you see she plays a different character for every fight. So for every movie, she'll be a different person. So Amanda has all the tools, and she doesn't know a little bit about just the ground, just the strike. She speaks fluent everywhere. So, like I say, whatever situation happens, she knows how to answer the question.
Conan, when did you and her, start working together?
Was right probably a few months after she got to American Top Team. We became very close right before she fought. I believe it was before Valentina in Vegas. I think there was the wrestler. I forgot her name.
Kat Zingano?
No. She's a wrestler.
Sarah McMahon.
Sarah, right. That was the first fight that we got together.
And what is it about you two that makes it? You guys seem like a great pair. Why do you work so well together? Yes, you're both Brazilian, but there's lots of people who are of the same nationality that don't like each other. So what is it about you two that is a winning combination?
I would say then our friendship, probably I should call it friendship, Our relationship, our love between me and her is pretty much like a father and a daughter. We don't have to talk too much to each other. We almost by talking we don't have to just look at each other. We know what we got to do. I understand exactly the way she feels. It's just the chemistry is just, like I say, it's not a bad way to explain besides being, a father and a daughter.
But what was the process by which you guys started working together? Because you said she was at ATT for a few months and then you got together. How did that connection, how was it built?
I knew her from before. She used to train before in the gym, down South Florida, before she came to us. Actually, she came with Nina, and I knew who she was. Of course, I watched her fights, and I always saw some potential. I saw like, man, I know that she has, when somebody has to become the best of the best. And of course, I'm going to say, I knew then she was going to be the champ back then. No, but I knew she had the tools, and I think that was the most important. The connector came with the time. We flew for her, So we and by more time goes by, more we know about each other. And nothing I can say more than good things about her. She's just incredible.
She certainly is. What's one thing about Amanda that maybe the public doesn't know but should, in terms of, I don't know, better understanding her?
She comes from a very hard life. Amanda, as much as, all this glamour and all this, celebrity status, the champion of the champions, the best, the queen, whatever you call. She keeps her feet down. She knows where she came from. She's very, very human being. She's very, humble. She's just, she doesn't change because all this happened. Of course, it is changing the way that she probably should be able to give her family a better life. But as a person, as who she is, not 1 inch of a change, nothing.
She's had a few difficulties, not merely in her life where she grew up, but even in her career as she was ascending to the top. You were probably with her for the Rousey fight, and you saw that promotion. It was really one-sided. It was all about Ronda. Did that bother her?
To be honest with you, to be honest with you, I don't think that. I think Ronda was the absence. Ronda was the most incredible, unfair, situation that she has been to. But I believe that when she was offered to fight Misha, like always, nobody believed that she could make it. Always was something about her endurance. It was about her, she's going to break it. She's going to do this. She's going to do that. And she always been fighting not only against the opponents, but against the odds. So, fighting Saudi against Cyborg was fun. It was like, what? It is my position. You know what I mean? People want me to prove. I'm not only going to prove to you, but I'm going to shock you. I'm going to shock the planet. And that was the intention.
It must have been an incredibly hard time. What was it, UFC 213, when she had to pull out because of the sinus issues? What was from a coaching perspective, that whole scene, what was that like?
Definitely, if I see, because I know her so well, if I see that she's not 100%, ready to do it, I'll be the first one to say, what, I don't care what anybody's going to say. You're not going to fight. You're the champion. Why are you going to put it this, just to prove what? If you are not 100%, and that would be my advice to any fighter, don't try to make it. If you are 100%, just go. But if you're not, just stay where you are, because you don't want to go back 5 steps. And usually that's what happens. When you try to push yourself or try to prove yourself in the wrong time, that's exactly what's going to happen. You're going to lose what you have. So you know what? So being in the same spot and not moving forward, at least you don't lose what you have. And I was the first one to say, I don't think then you should fight. You know what I mean? If you're not feeling good, and it was a combination of the situations. It was a sinus. She had her period. Everything came together, exactly at the same time. So, there was no reason why we should, try to do something then we knew then it won't be a good result.
Was she bothered by the attacks on her character?
Of course course she has, she's like, man, it seems to me that it's never enough, it doesn't matter what I do. And I say, yeah, you know what, it's going to get worse. When you get Ronda, it's going to get, it's always going to be worse, the next day, she just won the second belt, on the different division, and people saying then, oh, that was too fast, she was lucky, etc., etc. She doesn't get bothered anymore by that, but, just like, what do you got to do? What do you have to do to prove that you are the best of the best?
Yeah, I don't know. Now, speaking of that Cyborg win, so she wins. They raise her hand. They give her the belt, and I believe you and her embraced. And I'm wondering, I know this is a private question, but I'm wondering if you can tell us whatever she had said to you at some point in that ring or afterwards.
I'm not going to say. I think that it's not that I want to say that I don't want to tell you guys. I think it's just such of a passion and a love and a moment that just belongs to me, to her. Was we were talking about our journey together, and that was our moment. The team moment. Amanda Nunes, American Top Team. That was us. As much as it's nothing like nothing that I have to hide from you guys. It's just I wanna be a little bit selfish. That's all.
I understand that, but I guess what I would ask as a follow-up then is, can you tell me as a coach and as somebody involved in fighting in your life, what it's meant to you to have Amanda Nunes in your life?
You see, definitely, like anybody sees, I'm part of that. I'm part of her journey. That's about her. But the way I feel proud of her, is just like when you see your daughter, you see your blood, you see a person that you love, then is making and making her dreams become reality. It's just like. It's almost like hard to explain, but it's just more like you can see. It's just more than a coach and a fighter. She really worked hard for that, very extremely hard. So when you see somebody get what they want, and because that work, the desire, the determination, it's just how I don't know. I think happy is not exactly the word I want to use.
There was I don't know if you saw it when she finally finished her with that one punch and Cyborg goes face first. The UFC had a camera on you and her corner, and you had your hands up in the air. I'm wondering, was that your proudest moment for her?
Yes, I think that is probably one of the moments. I believe the most important moment is when we're alone and we talk about it. When we look back and you can see it, how much we have to go for every situation, and what we have to, hear from people not believing us. It was just a matter of, feeling the pleasure of showing that you were such a right. I knew it was coming. I knew it was going to happen. It was just a matter of time.
And then in terms of a rematch, because they're going to make one for no other reason, Conan, than money, right? It's coming. I'm wondering, okay, Cyborg, obviously, if she doesn't brawl with Amanda, could probably do better. But I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, well, she's not going to beat her no matter what. Give me the case. Why is it not possible for Cyborg to beat Amanda?
I will never put it in the way that it's not possible. I just think then, like I say, my explanation about how Amanda as she is as a fighter, I believe that for you to get close to her, you have to understand fighting more than she does. And I think then right now, I don't see anybody. Of course, I'm not in any way disrespecting Cyborg or any other fighter, but I don't see that. I think Amanda is definitely in the different level, of the MMA. And the reason why I say that, and I don't believe it's going to happen in a rematch, because I think then the rematch should happen if it was a split decision or was even unanimous decision. You know, you probably never know what the fight is going to go, each side is going to go. But when you knock somebody out, don't come to me and say that was lucky. Oh, it was a lucky shot. No, that was very visible and clear that Amanda knew what she was doing, and everybody saw that Cyborg could not handle it. So I believe then, I don't see why having a rematch.
I'll say this, Conan, and we'll end on this. It seems to me a lot of people who maybe were down on her before or were skeptical, boy, you knock out Cyborg like that, you look at the rest of her resume and what all she's done. People, I'm one of them, think she's the best female fighter. Certainly she has the best female fighter resume of all time. Do you think she'll finally get the respect she deserves now?
I believe so. I mean, I don't even think that people should call her the best fighter. I think people should call her the queen. She is the queen of MMA. It's been proved. I mean, like you say, look who she fought. How are you not going to bow to her? Not because in the way of humiliation or being inferior or superior. Just because she did so much. She showed, in every fight. I mean, how are you not going to recognize that? What else you got to do? I mean, she got to fight men's now. Probably jump on the 135 or 145 division, men's division, fight men's. I mean, of course, I'm kidding, but what else you want? I mean, who she won against who? She put 48 seconds in Ronda Rousey, 51 seconds in Cyborg. What else people want?
Man, I don't know. I do not know. But here's what I do know. That is one of the most unbelievable performances I think I'd ever seen. And that embrace that you guys had, as private as it was cool to watch, Conan. So I take my hat off to her, and I take my hat off to you. Good luck tonight at the PFL. I know you're there cornering some folks as well. And I just want to say congrats. What a great accomplishment for you both.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I mean, I want to just make sure that people don't see me, like I'm coming the wrong way, being arrogant or anything like that. No way. If you work hard and you go for the things you believe in, there's no way you should be sorry about anything.
There it is. Conan, best of luck tonight at PFL. I'll be watching, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
There he is, Conan Silveira.